What's up? Welcome to my Saturday night stream. We are officially back in business, y'all. A whole a whole lot has been going on in the world, or should I say on the world stage. So tonight I was going to give you my opinion about some of these recent events, we'll call them. But first and foremost, this is a comedy show. So I want everyone to remember that tonight I'm in a good mood. I'm not trying to get all angry or upset. I'm not trying to see my chat turn into a big argument over something being real or fake. Anyone who's been following long enough knows most everything on that world stage is indeed scripted, right? So let's not act like they suddenly started doing real stuff. All right. All right. So without further ado, are you guys ready to jump in? And I am in a different office right now. I'm in my old office, believe it or not, because my current office next door is being revamped. So I'm going to have my walls repainted and my floor replaced in my office. So I'll have a fresh new setup. But for now, I'm in my old office. Excuse me, and it's much smaller. So I'm kind of cramped in right now for a few days. So if my setup looks different, well, I'm in a smaller office right now. So anyway, it's going to be way better. So right now I have everything crammed into a even smaller office than I was in. And right now the walls have been repainted over there, and then they're going to tear out the old nasty carpet and put in some wood laminate. So it's going to be fresh, right? In my setup, I'm going to reorganize, change some things up. So I'm going to be back in my current office next door in a few days with a fresh new setup. So it should be good. All right, glad to see all you guys showing up. First Amendment in the house. AJ Natives here. All right, good times, good times. Jonna's in the house. Says hi, Jake and friends. Hi, Jonna and friends. All right. You guys know what I think we need to do to get the party started. I think we need to read this first super chat from Go-Kart. That's the first thing we need to do. Except he doesn't have a message attached. It's just the super chat. First super chat of the night from Go-Kart. Thank you very much. So I'm thinking to get tonight's party started right on a fine, fresh Saturday night, I'm thinking one of these is definitely in order. You might be asking, one of what? One of these was it? Up. There you go. That's how you know it's going to be a serious stream, right? That's how you know I'm really disturbed by all these recent events. I don't know about you guys, but man, after hearing about some guy on TV who I never heard of kick the bucket, I was so sad. Weren't you? Oh. You guys know what's funny? There's people figuring out that Donald Trump is AI, and they just are figuring it out. But they're thinking it was just this one instance. Meanwhile, guess who's been talking about Trump being AI for a good while? Yeah. So it seems like the media now is making it obvious that they're using AI Trump, to where now even normies are noticing. But they're thinking it's just this one instance, like it's a one-off. They're normalizing the fact that Trump is AI. Yeah, I know they have imposter Trumps, but on TV they use a lot of AI Trumps, and I've been talking about it and pointing it out for a while, and now suddenly it's making its rounds. Am I getting credit? Nope, of course not. Instead, all of these right-wing talking heads are trying to normalize it. Like, oh, Trump has a health scare, so that's maybe why they're using AI, because he had a stroke or something, right? Okay, seems like the mainstream media is reacting to me and my analysis of this AI Trump character. So now they're going to normalize it for everyone. Nobody going to say, hey, well, Jake pointed that out a long time ago that they're using an AI Joe Biden. And then he started talking about how they're using an AI Trump. Yeah. Don't I get credit for that? I think I do. I think I deserve credit. Danny Diesel says Elmo doing was up. What's up? This is Elmo doing a what's up? Elmo is not as good as Jake the Awake, but Elmo does his own unique version of the what's up. Elmo thinks that he does a pretty good job. There you go. There you go. Just for you. Elmo doing the what's up. All right. Are you guys ready to get serious yet? Anybody ready to get serious? Hoopy says this is comedy hack. Oh, it is? Is that why everybody's saying LOL and putting the laughing emojis in here? It's because I'm such a hack. Is that why? Oh, yeah. By hack, if you mean the funniest dude in the world who ever lived. Yeah, that is pretty hack, isn't it? Hey, bro, why don't you put your face on camera and do a 3-hour stream, and we'll see how many people you make laugh. And then we'll compare and contrast to what I do here tonight or any night. I dare you. Do a 3-hour stream and try and make everyone laugh. I dare you. Put your money where your mouth is. That's right. Jake the funny guy. That's right. All right. Oh, there's that fight tonight, huh? All right. Well, good luck if you're betting. I hear that the other guy is favored and is the underdog, but he has more people and more money picking him and more money on him and all that stuff. So who knows? But makes me think that Canelo will win if everybody's picking that other guy and he's the underdog. All right. Connor Clark says, because it's old news, any thought on Kobe's death? Well, I personally think that Kobe and his daughter could possibly be an item, if you catch my drift, and they rode off into the sunset just like Hulk and his daughter did recently. Yeah. But you'd have to go back and watch my Hulk and Ozzy deep dive to hear all the details of that one. And if you go back and watch my live stream where I deep dove into Ozzy and Hulk, I'm going to blow your mind straight out your asshole. And you're going to be like, whoa, I did not know all of that. So anyway, yeah, I like to think that when I scratch the surface, I tend to find stuff that I didn't even know I was going to find. And then before you know it, I'm like, oh my God, I have to move on from this because I'm blowing my own damn mind. Connor Clark, thank you very much. And again, this is a comedy show. Don't anybody get your panties in a wad unless you like that sort of thing. In that case, get your panties in a wad. Do it. All right. So, you guys want to see the AI Trump video that's making its rounds that even the normies are calling AI? Let's go ahead and take a look. If the normies are figuring out that this is AI, that means they want us to point it out. They want people to notice. Are they testing the public here? Let me go ahead and bring her up. And then we'll get to that other event with that other guy who I'm sure you guys want me to talk about. And I'm not going to say his name just to avoid detection. All right. So check it out, y'all. One thing I noticed with this video before we even start, comments turned off. Gee, why would they have to do that? Why would they have to turn those comments off? It's almost like so many people were pointing out that it's an AI Trump that they were like, let's go ahead and shut those comments off. But they wanted us to figure it out. That's why they made this so damn obvious. Anyone want to defend this and say this is the legit real Trump here?
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open...
Whoa! Did you guys catch that? Watch right here. Watch the hands.
Who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot.
Whoa! Let's go a little slower. Right here. Wait for it. There it is. Whoop. Okay. Whoa. See it? It's almost like 4 fingers morph into 3 fingers. Whoop. There it was. Now, I don't just want to point at the fingers and say, haha, proves it, the fingers. Because some people will say it was a compression artifact. It's just an anomaly, you know, some frames dropped. Some people are just going to write that off. So I want you to just pay attention to the things coming out of his mouth, the sentence structure, and then the fact that this eye over here is completely black. You don't see the whites of this eye at all. Very strange. Now we got this Trump with this like black slit right here. Check it out. I'm going to put it back in full speed. And I'll get to this Roseanne request in a minute. I just want to get through this first bit here.
Patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith. And we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment.
This is a very dark eyeball. Look at this black slit. Come on, guys. Look at this. You know what people are saying? He had a stroke. He had a stroke. You know what I think happened? Trump had a stroke, y'all. He's a winner, baby. He's a sinner now. Trump had a stroke, y'all. Stroke. You guys remember that one? Or how about Trump was stroking to the east. He was stroking to the west. Trump had a stroke and he looks the best, y'all, because he's stroking. Ooh, he been stroking, y'all. He strokes it to the north and he strokes it to the south. He strokes it like a biatch in your mama's mouth. What? What did I just say about your mama? My apologies. I did not mean to take it there.
For America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate.
That's what he did. Good faith debate. All right, so I have a comedic request to do Roseanne giving her top picks for NFL.
Well, this next week in week 2, I really like the Dolphins to beat the Patriots. The Patriots without Tom Brady, let's be honest, they're never going to win another fucking Super Bowl. Tom Brady is the GOAT, and they're never, ever going to win another fucking Super Bowl. So I like the Dolphins next week. I also like the Bengals. I like the Bengals to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. Who the fuck wants to root for the Jacksonville Jaguars besides a bunch of commies trying to destroy MAGA?
Those are actually my picks, believe it or not. 2 of my picks. If you want to watch the rest of my picks, you got to go watch my picks video. I'm not going to give away all my picks in Roseanne's voice, but I did give away 2. There you go. If you haven't watched my picks video and you're looking for picks, go watch the picks video. This ain't a football stream tonight. So that'll be like the last bit of football I talk about, hopefully. All right. So guys, let's continue. We got a weird black eyeball. You can barely see the white of his eye over here. It's almost like Trump just has black eyes now. Just a straight up black eye Trump with a glitchy ass hand. Nothing to see here, people. Most people don't pay attention to stuff like this, but the normies even notice that this looks like AI. So let's try and see what they're seeing.
His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his...
Hey, check it out. If everything was on the up and up, why do they got to turn off the comments? If Trump is giving this sincere speech and everything is on the up and up, and I'm just crazy, well, then why did they turn off the comments? And then check it out. There's a bunch of right-wingers who you guys have heard of, you know, like Jimmy Dore and these other people who are like coming out and saying, oh, this looks like AI, but they're making all these dumb excuses. Like Trump and his team were too lazy to give a real speech, so they concocted an AI speech because of Trump's laziness, or Trump doesn't care that much, so they had an AI. They did an AI speech instead. So they're coming up with all these lame excuses, besides the real excuse that the Trump character has been replaced, and it ain't just one dude no more. It's imposter actors and AI, and it has been imposter actors and AI for a while. Just like Joe Biden, his whole presidency was imposter actors and AI. So they're doing the same shit that they did with Joe Biden now with Trump, and you finally got people noticing it, except they're normalizing it and acting like it's a one-off event. Gee, I wonder why they're doing that. Trying to normalize the thing that I was pointing out for a long time. How about that? It's almost like the mainstream media reacts to me. They're like, uh-oh, we don't want Jake to blow up and go viral exposing that Trump is AI. So let's have Jimmy Dore and all these other dudes talk about it and make excuses. Yeah, we don't want to give Jake credit for pointing this out ahead of time. We don't want anybody to realize he's ahead of the game. Saint Sports says, I don't know if that's a real video. It seemed AI. Yeah, the one we're looking at seems AI because it is.
Ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of.
It looks like I missed the super chat that didn't have a message attached. It was a super sticker. I just noticed it on my watch page. So let me go back and give proper thanks to. No, not go-kart. My bad. Later on. There's another guy who sent a super sticker. Here it is. See that with a super sticker. Thank you very much. See that. All right.
Demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today.
It's all the Democrats' fault. It is all the lefties' fault. Everything that you should be mad at is because of what the left is doing. I am part of the right. You should root for me. If you are on my side, I'm telling you what you want to hear right now. It's a little too slow. Trump's normal cadence isn't usually that slow. So it's like they're having this AI Trump like be extra slow with the cadence, almost like they're trying to let everyone know this is AI Trump just to see who's paying attention. I don't know if it's a test for them to see how many people speak up about it. I don't know why they're letting us know that this is AI, but they could have made a better AI Trump than this. So the fact that they're being so sloppy with their work with the hand glitch, like they could have edited out the hand glitch. They could have made him speak a little more upbeat in a more like Trump manner. This version just seems very AI, almost like they're purposely letting us know so that they could make excuses like he has a stroke or he's too lazy to give a real speech, right? And then they can normalize the use of AI. Oh, it's because he doesn't feel like doing a real speech. So they just did it, right? Anything but the fact that there ain't no guy named Trump running the country, right? Anything but that. Nobody wants to accept that cold, hard truth that there isn't this one guy running the country making these decisions. And instead, you got imposter actors and AI Trumps and a runaway government behind the scenes controlling this puppet. No, let's not go there. Let's act like he had a stroke, and that's why he's doing this.
And it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last.
Speaking of that, hey, you guys remember that dealie with Trump's ear? Right? Yeah, it's almost like people are forgetting about that. Do you guys remember what happened right after he got shot in his ear, did everyone run away and scatter? Or did everyone stay where they were and chant USA, USA? Now, let's think about this recent thing that just happened a few days ago. Did everyone scatter and run away, or did they stay put and chant USA? Oh, wow. It's almost like two different things, completely different things happen. Oh, well, Jake Trump wasn't mortally wounded. That's why the crowd stuck around and chanted USA for him. But if they see someone get mortally wounded, then they run away. Oh, so gunfire ringing out doesn't make the crowd disperse. Seeing someone get mortally wounded is what makes them disperse, right? I got you. Okay, that's why there's such a big discrepancy between the two. All right, we got AJ Native who said, feels like it's been a while since we've heard the gayest song ever, Trump YMCA. Beings, I'm in such a sad mood for the tragic events that have recently occurred. One of the ways I plan to cheer America up in this dire situation that we find ourselves in, one of the ways I'm going to fight back against those lefty, liberal, deep state clowns, I'm going to sing and perform my favorite song, YMCA, except I'm going to change it up. I'm going to add in my own special, unique lyrics. We're going to Trumpify the YMCA song. Are you ready? Hit it. Doot, 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 doot. Young man, there's no need to be down. I said, young man, Joe Biden is a clown. I said, young man, let's go to the YMCA, 'cause it makes me feel so happy. Ooh, yes, do my little dance. It's fun to stay at freaking YMCA. My favorite song is freaking YMCA. They've got young men there, and you know I love young men. I like to hang out with all the boys. Quite frankly, young men, you know that I love young men. So I go there to the YMCA. It makes me happy. And so I do this little dance, 'cause it makes me so freaking happy. Ooh, yes, doot, diddly, doot, doot. Fun to freaking stay at freaking YMCA. My favorite song is freaking YMCA. Yay. Doot, 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 doot. All right, getting a little carried away. Having too much fun singing the gayest song ever. Those of you wondering what that was all about, I did that once, and then everyone started laughing, and then they started requesting that I do it again, and then they send me money and request that I do it again. So basically what happens is, like, you know, a year goes by, and somebody will be like, can you do that gay song again? It's been a while. Like, okay, if you say so. When I was a little boy, I did not know I was going to be doing this for a living. But here I am, doing it. All right. Let's get back to this AI here.
Last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting.
All right. Looks like Davey sent me a super chat, and then I'll get back to this video. Davey's a longtime supporter of the channel, moderator as well. He said, never got any notification. You know what it is? Because I put out my pick video, and then I posted a community post. So I think they just decided not to notify anybody about my stream, just to be a dick to me and you guys. But 450 plus people in the chat. Well, right now we're up to 480 on my end. So yeah, everybody smash the thumbs up button. Do what Davey says. He knows what he's talking about. Whether you get the notification or not, you're here. You haven't missed much. I just started this Trump video not long ago. And then I did some super chat requests and whatnot. So you haven't missed much at all. Thank you, Davey. All right. Let's boogie.
Of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country.
Funny he talks about free speech. Here I am, unable to tell you exactly how I feel and use the words I want to use because I'm afraid they'll take down the stream. If I start showing you guys slow-mo replays from those censored sites, or those uncensored sites, excuse me, you know, those other sites where they show uncensored videos. If I was to go over there and find some of those slow-mo replays of that event that Trump is talking about and start showing those and telling you how I honestly feel, I run the risk of having the stream get taken down and them, you know, giving me a strike and all sorts of, even maybe taking the whole channel down. And so I have to kind of dance around what I say. So in a world where Trump is talking about how this guy stood for free speech, well, if I tell you how I really feel, YouTube will probably not like it too much, right? So the last time I had a video removed was Trump's ear. Trump's ear thing, I showed some predictive programming that would suggest it was going to happen before it happened. And I had 2 videos get taken down. Both of them were starting to do well, get some views, pick up some traction. And they took both videos down, gave me a strike. So that was like over a year ago, right? So I've went a good while without getting a video removed on this channel. But the last time, Trump's ear, right? And the reason is they say if the news reports that somebody dies and you go against that narrative too much and prove that what they're saying did not happen, if you do too good of a job proving that the mainstream narrative is bullshit, then they remove your video. That's what happens. So I have to watch out how good of a job I do exposing their shit when it comes to these sort of events, because they'll say if somebody died, you can't say they didn't because it is considered harassment to their family, right? So I have to figure out a way to give you my opinion without getting my content removed, which can be a little tricky. But I am the world's greatest, most craftiest genius comedian who ever lived. And I have stood the test of time for a long time on this platform, saying just about everything that I just about want to say. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. So check it out, y'all. If this video that we're watching is AI, how can you trust that other thing that happened? Oh, well, Jake, there was a live crowd and there were witnesses. Yeah, but there were witnesses at the Trump's ear thing who chanted USA, USA and didn't run away. So, can you really count on what a witness says on TV? Jake, my friend was there, so I know it's real. Oh, your friend was there, so you know it's real. Funny, because there's always somebody who says their friend was there. No matter what event I break down where there's a bang, bang, pow, pow situation, if I say, I don't think it happened that way, there's somebody in the chat usually, or who will show up in the comments, who will say, my friend was there. This one is for sure real, Jake, because my friend was there. Funny how there's always someone's friend who happens to be there. And that's how somebody will decide whether it's real or not, because their friend was there. All right? So I had to think, do I want to make a video that has the likelihood of being taken down and I'm going to get attacked by sheeple who think it's real, and I'm going to get attacked by supposed truthers who are even getting duped and thinking it's real. How good of a job do I want to try and break this thing down to get my work removed and get attacked? Is it my obligation to wake up every sheep in the world? Is it my job to try and wake up every single sheep? Is that even possible? Hell no, it ain't possible. I've tried. I've tried to wake up all the sheep, and you know what? Ain't possible. So I have to ask myself, do I want to spend an entire day editing a video that can be taken down in the first hour? Right? Do I want to spend my entire day editing a video only to see in the comment section it's filled with bots and sheep attacking me, and then they take it down? So I had to think long and hard, and well, you guys can go over to those other websites where they show uncensored videos and watch slow-mo replays. I went over there and watched slow-mo replays on those other websites, right? And if you watch the slow-mo replays of that event, the truth is revealed. How many of you guys watched the slow-mo replays of this event that Trump's talking about? How many of you went and did your own research and watched the uncensored slow-mo replays and found some anomalies that don't make sense, that don't add up to the mainstream narrative? I did. I went over to those other sites, you know, the other sites where you can watch uncensored videos. And there's a plethora of slow motion replays. And I took a look at several, saw some stuff that didn't add up. Now, there's truth or bait that's being planted so that you say something that they can later debunk and then discredit you. So I'm trying not to take any of the truth or bait that's being planted. But just in looking at slow-mo replays, I'm seeing stuff that doesn't add up. And then what was done just after the shots rang out, or shot rang out, I should say, just after that, what happened, the way the crime scene was instantly contaminated and messed with, the way that the body was handled, the amount of time it took to find the guy who did it, all that stuff. When you go back and take a look, you should come to the conclusion that what they're telling you ain't quite making sense. Right? So, I think I can say that I don't trust what they're showing us. I don't trust what they're telling us. I went and watched the slow-mo replay, found some stuff that doesn't add up. Here's the problem. If I show you guys the slow-mo replay on this platform and start pointing out anomalies, there's a good chance this shit will come down. So I'm just not gonna. If you guys want me to do that, I just don't really want to have my work get taken down tonight. So I think I can tell you this and I'll be okay, because I haven't really said anything that they can pin on me as being a violation. But if I start showing those videos from those other sites, right, and talking about, ooh, look at this and look at this, then I risk the video coming down or stream coming down. So all you guys got to go do, if you want to do your own research, go over to those other sites. And I don't even want to say the name of the other sites, because I know this platform doesn't like it if you start promoting videos like that on those other sites. So I'm just going to say, if you go to those other sites, you know, those ones where you can watch the uncensored videos, and you just take a look around at what different people are showing and saying, and then really sit there and think about it, the truth should be revealed to you. Now, I'm seeing some so-called truther channels run with this event and say, this one's totally real. If that's how you feel, have fun with that. If you're one of those people, it was real, it was a professional hit, ordered by Israel because he was speaking so much truth. If you're one of those people, have fun with that. Have so much fun with that. Me, I have a different opinion. And those of you who've been watching for a long time, you already know my opinion. You already know what I'm going to tell you. You already found what I would show you. Those of you who do your own research, I would just be showing you what you already found. I would just be telling you what you already know, right? So those of you who've been following me, you know. And those of you who are new, who get duped by shit on TV, yeah, you shouldn't trust what's on the TV. Because look, this was on TV right here. This AI Trump shit. So if this AI Trump shit's on TV, how can you trust any of that other stuff? All right? So they're using AI Trumps, duping people. And they have been doing that for a long time. So how can you trust any of the other stuff? So there you go. That's my thoughts on that. Xenal says television, television. CMS73 says 6 years, 66 days from the start of Turning Point. I'm not even going to say the dude's name. I'm going to avoid saying that dude's name so that it's not in the transcript coming out of my mouth. So I'm just going to call him that dude. And you guys are going to know who I'm talking about. Until Wifey took over July 7th, 2018. Oh, speaking of, did any of you guys see the performance that dude's wife put on? Come on, y'all. Did you guys see that performance? Ask yourself, if your spouse was taken out like that, are you going to go on TV and put on a show like that? Are you going to say some stuff like that on TV after your spouse is taken from you in a very horrific manner? You're going to go on TV and put on a performance like that? Just asking. Any of you who actually believe what's going on here, you believe that performance that the wife put on? Don'tbesucker.com says, I thought it was, or not .com, just it's a exclamation point com. Don't besucker exclamation point com. Since I thought it was fake all along, almost from the beginning, because I know how they like to do things now. It's always better to assume that it's all a bunch of bullshit and then let them prove to you beyond a shadow of a doubt that it's real. And if they can't, well, then you already knew from the beginning it was bullshit. So I automatically assume everything from everyone is bullshit. And it's up to them to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that it's not. And if they can't, well, then I guess I was right. You'll rarely be wrong if you assume everyone is full of shit, including anything that comes out of the mainstream media. All right. The Epstein files is just another psychological operation. The TV's the one that told you about those files. The TV's the one that told you about Epstein and his island. If you never heard about Epstein or his island or those files, would you give a fuck about them? Here's why I don't give a fuck about them. It's made up shit. They let people's imagination run wild, and people take it and run with it. They can show you a 30-year-old picture of Trump touching a girl's shoulders, and people will be like, "Oh my God, he's touching children. He's such a sicko. Oh my God, he's such a PDF." It's like, you didn't see a video of him having intercourse with a minor. You see a still shot that's 30 years old of him like touching a girl's shoulders. And they let you, with your imagination, run wild about all the stuff that he did on Epstein's Island. They're the ones giving you all that shit. I don't let my imagination run wild about Epstein's Island because I know it's a place that the TV fucking made up. Just like P. Diddy's parties. No one's talking about P. Diddy's parties anymore. Boogity, boogity. Yeah, that's because people's attention span only lasts like 48 hours, and then they're on to the next psyop, right? So people naturally just stop caring after 48 hours. So they let people's minds run wild. They just show like an old picture, old video clip from Puff Daddy on his parties. Like, here's Justin Bieber at Puff Daddy's party. Let your own imagination run wild. And then everyone's like, oh my God, Justin Bieber got his booty oiled up by Puff Daddy, and Puff Daddy totally touched Justin Bieber's booty. I know for a fact. They're trying to cover it up, right? They let you make up all this shit in your head. Remember, it all comes from them. It's not like you went and did your own investigation and went to Puff Daddy's parties and saw what went down with the baby oil. You didn't show up to Epstein's Island and see Trump with a young girl in the act, right? But people are more than willing to run their fucking mouth about what went down on that island or at Puff Daddy's parties. So people are more than willing to run with conspiracy theories and conspiracy theory bait about guys on the roof. Oh, there was a shooter on the roof. Oh, there was 2 shooters. There was 3 shooters. It was a professional hit job. Oh my God. So many people getting duped on this shit. Meanwhile, I'm like, you know what? I'm in such a good mood. I ain't even going to take any of this truth or bait. In fact, I ain't even going to make a video about this motherfucker. You know why I'm not making a video about this motherfucker mainly? I didn't even know who this motherfucker was until he supposedly died. Never even heard of him. And now everybody's acting like their family member died or some shit. Oh my God, he was one of the most important people in the world. Everybody knew him and loved him, except for those lefty liberals who hate him because they're so evil. I'll bet you many people out there like myself never even heard of the dude until what happened. Right? Never heard of him. So then I got to learn who he is so then I can have an opinion. I'd rather just not give a fuck and stay in a really good mood. You know, I was in a good mood and I noticed everybody fighting about what happened with that guy. There's this like nasty demonic energy, lefties versus righties, people who think it's real versus people who think it's fake. And I was like, do I really want to stick myself right in the middle of all that demonic fucking negativity that was designed to get everyone to fight and argue? Nah. People begging me, Jake, you must give us your opinion on this guy. Yeah. What if I don't feel like it? What if I don't feel like giving my opinion? Then what? Then you got to go do your own damn research and come to your own conclusion, right? Which is what you should do anyway. So, people who already made up their mind on that shit, I'm not going to convince them any other way. And the people who are on the fence, who need me, need to hear my opinion in order to figure out what happened. They're far and few. Most people already figured out one way or the other what they think about that thing, right? So why am I going to risk my channel to make a video that nobody's going to care about next week when the next fucking thing happens? You guys know that like these events are forgotten about within like a week. After a month, people forget the details. After a year, people will be like, who? Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, they'll forget all about it. That's how short everyone's attention span is. Nobody's going to remember this in a year. Everybody will be talking about some other shit. But it seems like such a big deal right now until the next thing happens. I got a couple super chats came in here. Doxological Thinker said, this is most definitely a psyop for the Christians. So many are absolutely broken up about it and comparing him to people in the Bible. There's so much misinformation, and they've got all these conspiracy theory rabbit holes, right? They've got like all this extra shit for you to like dive into. It's going to lead you nowhere, right? Oh, it was a professional hit job, and there were multiple guys on the roof, and oh my God. And they have this whole narrative, you know, where these evil lefties are celebrating what happened. So we should all be really angry, right? Yeah. Nope. Not going to participate in this hate fest. And one ballers. This guy's funny. He's still learning how the world stage works. So he's looks like he's confused still. But he was Christian. Are you saying he was a shill? Here's the thing. Somebody can tell you they're Christian and totally be a shill who's lying. Just like Russell Brand can say he's anti-jab. But that doesn't mean he's a good guy on your side who wants you to live a healthy life, right? Candace Owens can say she's anti-Israel, but then she interviews Russell Brand. Right? Come on. Aaron Rodgers will tell you he's anti-jab, but he plays pretend football and he doesn't fucking tell you that he faked his injury, but we're going to believe he's anti-jab because he says so. Bro, I can tell you I'm the fucking Queen of England. Does that mean for sure I am? See, I am a man of truth, so people are inclined to trust what I say because I tell the truth so damn often. But if I was to just make some claim, right? I'm the Queen of England. Does that make me the Queen of England? How can I not be the Queen of England if I say I'm the Queen of England? So somebody can say that they're a Christian flat earther and be neither, right? So a government agent, Russian vids, can come along and say he's a Christian flat earther and then spew some debunkable shit related to the flat earth, not show his face, not give his name, and then slander someone like me and say, I'm here to take you away from God. So are you going to believe him because he says he's a fucking Christian when he slanders me and says I'm trying to take you away from God? Seems like a perfect evil plan that a shill would do. Claim that they're a fucking Christian. Tell you not to listen to me because I'm trying to pull you away from God while they hide their face and don't give their name. Russian vids turned on Richie from Boston.
I've been trying to tell you for years. This guy, I believe he might be possibly a sellout, perhaps COINTELPRO. I'm not sure. I've been vaping in my Overlander, thinking this over. And you know what? I used to like the guy. I thought I could trust him. I thought we were on the same team, but then he turned on me. He stabbed me in the back. At any rate, I digress. I think you should buy some gold and some silver. You should probably buy a certificate that says that you own gold and silver. You can use my promo code down below and get 15% off. Like, share, subscribe, or don't. I'm out.
So check it out. Let me show you how some of these channels are talking about Trump being AI. So it ain't just me anymore, but I'll show you some examples. So we got Trump AI. I'm just typing it in the search bar right here. And then check this out. This dude, Keith Edwards, with a ton.
All right. Well, Donald.
850,000 subs. And on this video, 567,000 views. And let's see what he has to say. I'll bet you he's going to make an excuse like this is some one-off thing where they just happen to have this one AI video of Trump. Watch.
All right. Well, Donald Trump made a public appearance and he looked like shit. It looked like he could have stroked out. We don't know.
It looks like he could have stroked out. Stroke me, say you're a winner, baby, use the center now. Right? Yeah, he stroked out, y'all.
He also posted this video. The mainstream media is never going to tell you about it.
The mainstream media is never going to tell you about it. Oh, yeah, so you should listen to this fucking Keith Edwards talking about maybe he stroked out. Yeah, because we know we can't get truth like that from the mainstream media.
There's something going on with his hands, and no, not that they're small. There is literally some sort of CGI happening with the hands that I'm going to show you. I got a report on the Senate that did something terrible, and I'm sorry if I sound a little down, but I just got to be honest. This is like hitting me in a way that I don't fully understand. I don't know how to put this. I'm sad for our country.
This is like hitting me away that I can't understand, and I have to be totally honest with you. I'm feeling sad for our country.
I'm just very sad for our country.
Very sad, y'all. This is a very, very sad man.
And this piece of shit just wanted to make it worse.
Oh, yeah? Tell us why.
I'm going to show you a bit of this video. He doesn't name. We all know that Democrats have been on the side of political violence on the receiving end. Nancy Pelosi's husband, the Democratic state senator in Minnesota, Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, see, guys, he ain't telling you that, oh, my God. They've been duping us with a fucking AI Trump. How long has this been going on? Was Biden AI as well? Was Trump's first term, was he AI back then, or was that an actual dude? No, he ain't going to go ask any of those important questions. Nah, he's not going to snap out of it. Nope. Instead, they're going to make some fucking excuse about maybe he's stroked out. Maybe it's his health. Maybe he was too lazy to make this video for real. So that's why they did an AI. They're going to normalize the AI content. Normalize it so that you make an excuse if you think it's AI. Well, the reason they used AI is because Trump probably had a stroke and just didn't feel like making that video and doing that speech for real. Right? Gonna normalize AI Trump. something I've been talking about for years.
Josh Shapiro, governor of Pennsylvania, didn't list any of them. What a fucked up thing to do. We're experiencing a crisis in this nation, and your reaction is to make it about only one side.
So you notice he doesn't also go, hey, wait a minute. If this is AI, how can we trust that other incident that happened? How do we know that's not AI? Why doesn't he instantly make that leap? Hey, if the White House, if they're going to put out an AI video of Trump, can we really trust anything anymore? Can we really trust what happened at that event that he's talking about? But nope, he ain't going to make that leap. Nope, instead he's going to pretend like it's so sad and he's so mad. He's just so very sad and mad, this guy. And he's going to blame the liberals and Trump at the same time.
It's detestable. And I don't know. I don't know if I believe in karma, because if karma existed, I don't think this fucking man he wouldn't be in power anymore.
And so by him saying fuck, people are going to think that like he's really upset. Meanwhile, it sounds like a very unnatural cuss word coming out of his mouth. I'm really fucking upset. I'm so fucking mad at this piece of shit. Yeah, man, I believe you.
He did talk about Charlie Kirk in this very happy way, which is his right to do. But he said this shit here.
Are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today.
Not true. And he says that the left had years of a hate campaign. I feel like it's just he's projecting. He's projecting. Like, yes, we don't like you, Donald Trump, but to be honest, you've never once done one thing to try to bring the nation together.
Okay, is this guy a lefty? I don't even know if this guy's a lefty or a righty. I don't keep up with any of these dudes. So sometimes I feel like they're like a right winger who's turning on Trump, and then turns out maybe they're a left winger or whatever. So I don't keep up with any of these talking head guys. I'm just showing you that now these channels with lots of subs that talk about politics are normalizing the AI video. There was another one that was doing the same. Jimmy Dore was doing the same thing. It's with a slightly different take. All right, check it out. Oop.
His pinky just disappears and then reappears magically.
Yeah, if you run it again, it's very hard to tell. I'm looking at, yeah.
Tell me.
So something wrong with his hands?
Yeah, watch the pinky on the top hand.
Oh, look.
Welcome to the Jimmy Dore Show. I'm your guest host, Misty Winston, here in this video about Charlie Kirk. And it is very clearly AI, my friends. There is no question about it. This is an AI video. So I'm going to play the whole video for you. And then
see, guys, AI Trump suddenly being normalized. So, gee, who was talking about AI Trump before they started normalizing it? Well, I was. I'll even show you how I made a video not too long ago with AI Trump in the title before everyone else was talking about it. All right. So if we go to my channel, scroll back on my video list. Here we go. Seemed slightly different than usual. So here I am. Did an AI version of Trump drop the F-bomb? Here's me from 2 months ago, breaking down the entire AI interview. Nobody like with a big channel was like, oh, this guy, Jake the asshole or Jake the awake. Oh, he totally figured out this is AI. Yeah, nobody. None of them channels said, oh, look at what this guy figured out. Nope. So I've been talking about this for a while, breaking down entire speeches from Trump, pointing out that he's AI. And now it's like they purposely let the public know that it's an AI Trump so they can normalize it, so that they can make a bunch of fucking excuses like he stroked out. He was too lazy to do a real speech. Right? So there's your proof. I was talking about AI Trump long before all these other channels just now started talking about it. Artie Clefidu. Thank you very much, Artie Clefidu, for that super sticker. I appreciate that. Very, very kind, buddy. Or just a super chat, no super sticker. It's just a regular super chat, no message attached. Very much appreciated. And I have another one as well from Trout Fishing at Hood Park. Says it starts with Santa Claus and never ends. Yeah, man, they start lying to you when you're a kid, and then you eventually figure it out that it's your parents who are buying those gifts, and it ain't coming from Santa Claus with the magic reindeer. It's quite the letdown. But then you think, you know, now fairy tales are done and you're learning the real stuff at school. It's a tough blow to figure out, you know, when you're in your 20s or 30s, that everything you learned in school was about as fake and phony as the Santa Claus stuff. Equally as phony as the Santa Claus stuff, right? In some cases. So yeah, it's quite a blow when you learn when you're a kid that there ain't no Santa. And then later on, when you're in your, 20s, 30s, and you figure out that all the stuff on TV and everything you ever knew is pretty much a lie. And then you have to reteach yourself everything. And then there's some stuff you just never get to learn the truth. And you're always left wondering, what in the hell happened to Dave Chappelle, right? What is this earth that we live on? What is this place? You know, stuff like that, where you just never are going to get a conclusion. You're just going to die wondering. Gotta love it. Thank you very much, Trout Fishing at Hood Park. Yep. Family still watching TV, believing everything on TV, thinking that I'm crazy for not believing everything on TV and talking about it on YouTube. So yeah, dudes, I was pointing out AI Trump a while ago, doing an impression of AI Trump.
And see, they're all
so MS, A, B, C, D, and E, and all those fucking networks that aren't Fox News. If you aren't Fox News, go fuck yourself, motherfucking fuckers.
There you go. See, excellent breakdown. You should go back and watch that video if you haven't seen it. So that's just one example, and that was a video that I made out of a clip from a live stream. So I've talked about it in many live streams, that Trump's being played by imposter actors and by AI and CGI, like just completely fake Trumps being presented on TV screen. And I'm one of the only people who points it out and notices, until just recently. Now it's being normalized. So now that it's being normalized, guess what? Nobody's going to be talking about that guy who was pointing it out for years. I'm not going to get any credit. No, instead, they're going to make it out like, oh, they just did that AI version of Trump because he had a stroke, or because he's such an asshole and he's lazy that they did an AI speech so that he wouldn't actually have to deliver a speech because he's such a lazy piece of shit, right? Either of those work as an excuse rather than the truth that I'm bringing you. That his whole presidency is fake. So was Joe Biden's. All right, you guys, we can do some question and answer for this stuff, and then we can move on, talk about some other stuff. I've noticed there's a lot of hatred and negativity surrounding these recent events, getting people fighting. There's even some so-called truthers who are saying it's for sure real, right? So I'd be weary of anybody pushing that all these events are real. I'd be very weary of them. Suffocation Vacation with a donation. I don't believe I've ever seen you here, but thank you very much. Suffocation Vacation. I need to take a suffocation vacation. I'm going to go hang out on a white sand beach and suffocate while I'm on vacation. I don't know. I don't know. Davey says, awesome crowd tonight. So I've been saying that it seems like certain Trumps look a little different than other ones. So I've shown instances of Trumps that look like AI, and I've shown instances where it looks like possibly an imposter actor wearing a mask. So they have technology where you can have a highly realistic mask and you can have an actor who's talented put the mask on, and suddenly it looks like they're a different person. So in like Mission Impossible movies, when they have like somebody rip off a mask and it's Tom Cruise underneath, it's not just movies in some science fictional thing where they're just making that out like that only happens in movies. The intelligence agencies developed a long time ago highly realistic masks that they can fool people with. And so in today's day and age, I would guess that the mask technology that they have, these hyper realistic masks, is probably excellent. So if you could have an actor with a highly realistic mask playing the part and then tweak what is on screen with CGI and AI, you can actually have a combination of CGI, AI layering, and hyper-realistic mask. So with a combination of both Hollywood-style effects and the CGI AI, you could probably get some great results and trick a lot of people. Probably so good that most people wouldn't be able to tell. So the fact that they're having Trump's hand glitch real fast and they're having his speech pattern be detectable to where it seems like AI, it's almost like they want us to know it's AI so they can normalize it and make excuses for it. So when guys like me point it out, there's an excuse. He had a stroke. He's just a lazy asshole who didn't want to take the time to give a real speech. Right? Now they got an excuse for when I point out AI Trump. Face Off. That's another thing, that movie Face Off. What if you can actually surgically, alter someone's face and turn that person into someone else, a carbon cut copy of someone else, basically, just by taking someone's face and sticking it on another person even, We have no idea what sort of technology that they're combining together. We can only imagine. If you have an unlimited budget and the world's best, surgical teams and Hollywood effects, I'm sure that you could do some amazing stuff that could dupe a lot of people. So they're purposely dumbing it down. So we have to wonder why they're purposely dumbing it down and letting us know about the AI. Oh, another person I've noticed make his rounds recently, who we haven't seen in a while, and now he's everywhere. Charlie Sheen recently came back, went on Joe Rogan's show, went all over TV. So Charlie Sheen's making his rounds. I swear there's a scar all right here. There's this weird looking, I don't know if it's a scar or there's just like a line that I was noticing on Charlie Sheen's face, and the way he was acting and the way he was talking almost seemed like an imposter Charlie Sheen is making his rounds. In fact, let me see if I can pull it up. I don't know if we'll be able to get a clear look at the neckline, but there's something about this Charlie Sheen that don't look right to me.
They were thoroughly entertained, and Dad was like halfway through it, and he said, "This is," he says, "your use of humor in."
So yeah, right under here, there's this line that looks kind of strange. And then some of his, it just looks like his skin is very, very smooth, almost too smooth. Some people might say, oh, well, it's Hollywood makeup or filter effects. All that stuff can also be used to cover up a imposter wearing a mask too, So the fact that he's as old as he is and his skin is looking this super smooth and stuff, something's up with this Charlie Sheen. And the fact that he's making his rounds right now, like he's all over all the mainstream outlets right now. He's real popular all of a sudden. I don't know. Something's up with this version of Charlie Sheen, in my opinion.
In your darkest moments is a gift to the reader, is how he described it.
Charlie Sheen grew up on movie sets with his dad, Martin Sheen, following his older brother, Emilio Estevez, into the family business right out of high school.
You want to know what's wrong? I know what's wrong.
Yeah.
You wrote this: not being able to say certain words or sounds was one of the main reasons I learned to drink like I did.
How about that?
The eyes, something's off to me, but that's just me. I feel like, okay, this guy's been out of the spotlight for a while, and now it's like, bam, he's everywhere. Right when there's this other guy named Charlie who has this thing happen, this Charlie is now back in the spotlight. And they even have him on Rogan talking about Charlie, the other one.
How about that?
Well, how did drinking help that?
Drinking just it just made everything. It took the it softened the edges. It gave me just freedom of speech.
It wasn't until he joined the sitcom Spin City in 2000 that he stopped hiding it.
I know that must have been really.
Be human enough to be vulnerable, and to know that it's okay to ask for help.
There was also,
I mean, guys, how do we know that these two dudes are in the same room? Right here? Look, it looks like he's looking off over here. So this might not even be two dudes in the same room. This might be one dude reading these questions, and then they superimpose this fucking fake Charlie Sheen into the scene. They have all this technology down, right? So there's something about the way that they're sitting even that like looks strange to me. Yep. Oh, got to bring Charlie back all of a sudden. He's back on the scene. Watch. Let me show you some of the view counts. See, look, him and Rogan 2 days ago, 2.7 million views. Yeah. All these Charlie Sheen videos all of a sudden. Very strange. So, there you go. That's my 2 cents. How can we trust what we're being shown? If what we're being shown is clearly AI and they're not even really trying to hide it, how can you trust anything that you ever see on any screen? Now, some of you guys are going to be like, well, how do we know you aren't AI? Well, here's the deal. Artificial intelligence can't be this much of a genius. One thing they haven't figured out is how to replicate this with artificial intelligence. This is actual intelligence. In fact, I'm going to start marketing myself as a non-AI and a non-supporter of AI channel. I don't use AI for my descriptions. I write them myself. I don't use AI for my titles. I come up with them myself. I don't use AI for my thumbnails. I design them myself to my own detriment. I lose money by not utilizing the AI that all the other content creators are utilizing. I'm spending more time and putting in more effort as a genuine guy running my own YouTube channel. And I'm probably losing who knows how much money by not having ChatGPT write my descriptions and make a script for me and spit out my titles, right? I can be like, oh, ChatGPT, please make a title for me. No, you know what I do? I sit here and come up with my own shit. And if it fails, well, then it's my fault for coming up with a shitty title or a shitty thumbnail. And if I can't figure out which one it was, too bad. I'm not using AI, man. I don't give a fuck. So I'm going to start marketing the fact that I don't use AI because I think that that should be worth something. Like you guys should be like, oh, there's this guy, Jake, who purposely doesn't use AI because he doesn't like it and he's against it. So that's right. I'm going to make my stand right here, right now. I am anti-AI. I don't use it to run my channel. So fuck AI in its artificial asshole. I am too legit to quit. The real, genuine article. This is actual intelligence. Far superior than any artificial intelligence ever dreamed of being. And I'll always be ahead of this artificial shit. I will always be funnier than any artificial intelligence could ever dream of being. Does artificial intelligence have dreams? Well, if they do, it will never be as funny and legit as your boy. All right? I'm not only the funniest person, I'm funnier than AI. That's right. The funniest thing that ever happened in the history of humanity and artificial humanity. And I cannot be replicated or duplicated. I still have Face Off on the screen. There you go. Dominic says, you're the first person to make me smile today, except my baby. Oh, glad to hear that. Good times. Are you doing your NFL picks? I literally put out a pick video today and did a pick stream yesterday. Literally. So I'm thinking with the more AI slop that gets uploaded to this platform, if I market myself as a guy who won't use AI, and that's why you should support me, I think that's going to help. At some point, people are going to be like, oh, yeah, I want to support a guy who doesn't use AI, who's against it, right? So there you go. From now on, I'm the dude that doesn't support AI running wild. And to my own detriment, I don't even use it to improve my own YouTube channel. You know why? Because I prefer doing it the old-fashioned way, where I just do it all myself and let the cards fall where they may. All right. So now I would like to switch up subjects. I'm going to go in an entirely different direction. I think we should all take a moment to take a look at somebody who is a lol cow. I don't know if you guys have heard of the term lol cow. So a lol cow is a person who is typically doing something cringy or ridiculous that causes people to laugh at them, to the point where like you can build an entire channel just laughing at that person, right? If you can build an entire channel making fun of one person and you get subs and views, if you can dedicate a full channel to basically making fun of a person and that channel gets support, then chances are that person is a lol cow, right? Yes. So today we're going to look at a lol cow who claims to be homeless, who gets hundreds of dollars in donations every day and lives out of hotels and then loses the money at casinos, only to turn around and claim he's homeless, only to have people donate more money. So there's a guy who gets donations every day, more than I do, right? More donations roll in for this dude, and then he goes to the casino and loses it and makes a video about it. And then people just give him more money. So he's basically scamming his audience saying he's homeless. But then he's such a ridiculous moron, he's actually blowing thousands of dollars and not making his living situation any better. So I'm about to show you guys one of the funniest little cows that I've found recently. And he was triggering me at first, but then I realized if I just watch for entertainment's sake only, it's actually pretty entertaining and pretty funny what's going on. So have any of you guys ever heard of Jumani? He's went viral a few different times, knocking stuff off of store shelves. All right, let me pull up his channel. Let's check it out. This dude gets thousands of dollars in donations a week, blows most of it at the casino. So he stopped posting 3 months ago, and then he came back 12 days ago saying he's moving to Las Vegas and he's homeless. Moving to Las Vegas, but he's homeless.
Vegas area. Please shut down any auto trailer tries to right that delay or seat now. Please show your feedback.
The airport is crazy. Alright, so I don't even know where to go. This way. But you know, it's kind of weird, you know what I mean? Like I'm here, but can't check into my hotel until like 3 p.m. So it's like 12 right now, I think.
So he's a notorious gambling addict who's lost all his money several times and crashed out. And then people on TikTok and on YouTube send him more money and tell him to go to the casino, specifically so he'll lose the money and have a crash out on the internet. I swear to God, this guy built a channel around getting people to donate money so he can lose it, so he can crash out and complain about it. And he's actually, in some ways, more successful than the majority of YouTubers, because he actually does make quite a bit of money, but he also blows a ton of money. It's quite hilarious. So let me show you some clips. Well, let me get the super chat out of the way first. He says, "Return of the Doink wins me a lot of favor when I go watch football with my friends at the bar." Hey, glad you like Return of the Doink. There were 2 doinks in the Thursday game. So look for Return of the Doink to be on the next top 10 most scripted plays for sure. Guaranteed. Thank you very much, Aaron Collins. I appreciate that. All right, so dude says he's homeless, but then he goes and checks into a hotel.
Had time to, you know, prepare for this, being homeless and stuff, but again, like I'm just not making the right choices overall. So, you know, oh yeah, I'm in Las Vegas, and I am gonna go to a casino eventually. But you know, the content that I'm gonna be making is not, it's not gonna be heavily surrounded based on just gambling. I don't have
shocker. Within a day or two, he goes to the casino and starts losing. But I want to show you guys the donations that this fucking dude gets for his "I'm homeless" story. Watch.
This is episode 1 of Homeless in Las Vegas. Before I start the vlog, I want to shout out to everyone that's been donating to me. I got my first donation on GoFundMe. It's a $20 donation. I got a $10 donation on PayPal from Charlie. Shout out to Charlie, for real. Shout out to Charlie. Then I got a $10 donation from Roman. He posted a comment. He wants me to feature on his YouTube channel. That's why he sent me his email. I guess I'll talk to him. Thank you for the $10. I might feature on your channel.
Tells his audience he's homeless, gets a hotel, starts getting donations.
We'll talk about that. Pay your boy, I think he sent me $8. He said, "I love your videos, post daily or every other day, please." I'm gonna be posting daily. I'm homeless and I'm dependent on being a content creator to get me in a better situation. So
oh my gosh. So then every episode starts with him getting all these donations.
What's up, Jumani? I have a lot of good news. I did get the job from one of my interviews yesterday. They called me this morning. Also getting a lot of support. People been sending me so much donations. It's going to be hard for me to manage it. So I'm going to have to take a lot of these donations and separate them in different videos. But I want to thank everyone for the support. Shout out to Nathan with the $20. He said, "Good luck. Stay safe out there." I appreciate you for that. Kylie sent me $25. Thank you. Shout out to Twitter, Linda Hope, 1939. I seen what that Twitter is. Look at that at your own risk. $20 on GoFundMe. Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate it. Mike sent me $13 on GoFundMe.
Guys, the donations start to get fucking bigger when he loses money. It's almost like this is some sort of money laundering operation or some shit.
What's up? It's Jumani. I have a lot of people to be thankful for. I've been getting so much support in the last few days. This is my last day in the hotel. I will be checking out tomorrow around 11. But yeah, it's crazy right now. I'm gonna show you a lot of the donations that I received within the last 2 days. It's crazy. I can't shout everyone out in one video, but I will shout everyone out, and I just want to let you know. And then these are just
look at this.
Donations within the last 2 days.
2 days, $463. Y'all, this motherfucker's making more money than me by telling people he's homeless while he's living out of a fucking hotel with nice, clean clothes on. He don't even have to go live. He doesn't have to do any impressions. He don't have to sing any silly songs. He just says that he's homeless. Y'all, there's people out there who are homeless, who are struggling, who don't get any sort of donations like that, who don't have a hotel, right? Who don't get off of a plane in Vegas, right? So this guy, his whole spiel, I'm homeless. Here's my donations. And then check this out. So he'll have all this, he'll get like $1,000 over a course of a few days. I swear to God. And you know what he fucking does? Loses damn near all of it at the casino. And his supporters send him more fucking money. And here's the thing. He's the shittiest gambler that you will ever see. He does the dumbest shit. He bets like on both. He'll bet red and black on roulette and lose.
Sue, you know, they got blackjack, but obviously, you know, I play roulette. So damn, you could bet 50 cents is crazy.
Well, let me find one where he just blows like hundreds of dollars in fucking a couple minutes. It's pretty funny. Let's see.
What's up? It's your money. Before I start the vlog, I want to shout out to a couple people that donated. I got a $25 donation in Venmo. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but he said,
watch this.
And what to do with the money. Again, I don't know what the maximum bet is, but you know, we're going to start with 100.
This is where you might get triggered when you start seeing this dude take his donation money and feed it into this machine and proceed to lose it in minutes. And these are bets that his subscribers wanted him to make. So he has this piece of paper with the bets that his subscribers want. So he'll bet on red and black on the same fucking hand. Not even kidding.
$100 credit. $20, another 20, and then it's gonna be 160. All right, I'm playing roulette. High tip. So I gotta do $50 on red. I'm not sure. Oh, it's so maximum bet is 3,000. That is crazy. So I think I'm gonna wait on the wheel. Let's see. One. All right. Damn. We would have hit red. So 25 on red, then an extra 10. Then I got 20 on 20. 10 on black.
Literally some of the worst gambling strategy I have ever seen. Almost to the point where it's like I thought he was trolling. But when he loses, he actually shows genuine disappointment. Like he thought he might fucking win. So this dude is actually this ridiculous.
Oh shit. 8. Damn. I'm supposed to bet 0.
So he ran out of time and didn't get all his bets down. So guess what's gonna happen?
I was supposed to bet $5 on 0. All right, next one then. So obviously there's a time limit to this. So damn. Shout out to everyone that donated. Where did it hit? I hit. Wow, black. 33 black is crazy. So just lost that. We got $82 left. That made me mad. All right. So $5 on 0. $5 on 0. What else I got? Shit. I got. Man, I'm kind of rushing right now.
So check it out. This over here is the timer, and it only gives you like 30 seconds to lay down your bet. And so he's like looking at the paper and trying to lay down bets. And then when he starts to run out of time, like a child, he just lays down money on all these different numbers. And all that has to happen is that fucking marble land on one of those slots where there's no money bet. And he loses all of it. So guess what's going to happen?
Damn. What did I not do? I bet 20 on 20, right? That made me kind of mad, bro. See, it's kind of hard to like record and do this.
It's kind of hard to record and do this.
I don't even know where the ball's at. Wow. See, that's just crazy. All right, so there's like $41 left. I don't even remember what I didn't or did do. Did I bet 8? I was supposed to put $8.
Dude just blew over $100 that fast with his I'm gonna bet what's on this little piece of paper strategy where he runs out of time and doesn't get all the bets laid down.
It was on 8, right? I know I bet 0. This is too fast, man.
No more bets.
No more bets that quick. So I didn't know if that was security or nothing. So I stopped recording, but yeah, it's crazy. So what it hit? That's not my number, whatever that is. All right, well, I just lost.
So there went $160 of other people's money. And then the way he reacts, it's like, dude's not even trolling. Like, he's actually that ridiculous of a gambling addict.
Just lost. So it just hit 36. Just lost. So $160 going like that. Man, shout out to everyone that donated. I don't like the feeling of losing like that. See, because it does make me want to continue to gamble. But again, like I said, people been hating in the comments, and every time I think about doing something I'm not supposed to do, that's compulsive. I just think about all the comments and how you be hating on me. And I'm
all right. So very next day, he'll have $200-300 in donations the very next day. So watch, we'll start the next video, and he'll get his donations.
Repeat on the 35. What's up? It's Jomani. This is episode 9 of Homeless in Las Vegas. I got to give a couple shout outs. Shout out to Kylie with the $25. He said, thanks, bro, for the TikTok shout out from the live stream. Shout out to Kylie. I appreciate you. Thank you. Michael sent $20. He said, go have some fun. Appreciate Michael for the $20. Chase sent $19.50. He said, I know you need it. I'm in a live stream. So a lot of people was donating to me while I was in a live stream. Thank you. Shout out to Vert. Vert is also one of the people that donated during the live stream. Vlogs from TikTok. Get you some food game, man. Shout out to Vlogs. And then Christopher sent $10. He said, keep trying. You'll make it in Vegas. I hope so, bro. Thank you. Shout out to Christopher.
All right. So here's where the lol cow shit comes in. He decides when he's going to leave this hotel that he's going to steal some shit from the hotel. And he talks about it in the fucking video. So guess what happens?
Got kicked out of the hotel. This is just the intro to basically what happened. I'm going to play a clip. And when I rewatch the clip, I see how bad it really was because I was laughing, which I shouldn't be laughing about, taking items from a property, a hotel property. You know what I'm saying? My laughing is like, I was laughing about it, you know what I'm saying? But it's not really like, bro, my life is serious too. So but one thing for sure is I take accountability for getting kicked out of the hotel. Getting kicked out of the hotel was 100% my fault. I'm wrong for that, and there's no justification.
Dude filmed himself talking about how he's gonna steal shit out of the hotel because he's gonna go to a different hotel, and he's talking about stealing shit before he leaves. So people contact the hotel that he's in and basically snitch on him. So then they come knock on the door and they're like, yeah, you got to go.
Even being homeless. And you know what I'm saying? One thing for sure is just like posting on the internet is definitely what makes it worse. I worked in hospitality for the last 2 years, and things always go missing and things usually end up getting replaced. And worst case scenario, you have a card on file where you can charge people if anything damages or anything stolen, things of that nature. But again, I just want to make sure that I do take that accountability. Looking at the clip, it is bad. I'm sitting there talking about taking pillows and sheets out of the hotel, and I'm laughing. Why I got kicked out of the hotel, and then you're gonna see the rest of the video. So if you notice, there was no sheets, there was no pillows in the budget suite. So I will be taking like 2 pillows from the hotel, and I'll be taking some sheets. In fact, I'm probably just gonna ask housekeeping if I can get some extra sheets. And there was no toilet paper too, I noticed. So I already got like an extra towels and stuff. So I'm gonna take some toilet paper. I might just take both toilet papers. Yeah. Is there anything else I want to take?
So this motherfucker uploads this as content. So you can imagine the type of people that comment and what they say. Bro got kicked out for a future crime. Donate your brain to science when you croak. He'd rather put 20 to roulette instead of spending 20 on bed sheets. Nah, this is comedy gold. We need to get you to a talent agent ASAP. Over 30 and still acting like a kid. You're comedy gold. Dumbest criminal ever. Bro, I take accountability on a shirt and sell it. Yeah, that's one of this guy's favorite line is I got to take accountability for my bad decisions. Getting donations of hundreds of dollars and still trying to steal hotel sheets is absolutely diabolical work. So the comments are some of the funniest parts of the videos. I actually started to enjoy myself. At first, this guy was triggering me. And I was like, this motherfucker, I can't believe he's getting all those donations and losing their money like that. And then when I went in the comment section, I was like, oh, okay. Everyone's egging him on and making fun of him. So it's like the content is basically made for the people that don't like him. There's only so many people who actually like him. Seems like there's more people who don't like him. Homeless, but in a hotel for weeks. I'm ashamed at how I invested. I am with this guy's journey. You just can't make this up. I can't wrap my mind around how dumb this dude thinks. Wait till Budget Sweets is notified. You need to start looking for a new spot. This man isn't even a real person. So he got kicked out of his hotel. But then he just goes to the next hotel. And then the funny thing was, then he goes shopping and then he buys that shit while talking about how he shouldn't have fucking tried to steal it.
Pillows itself. So I'm just going to get one pillow. I don't need more than that. So it's like $13 for a bath towel set. So, all right. That's probably going to end up spending like $150 on everything because there's a Dollar Tree over here too. I'm gonna go to Dollar Tree and get a whole bunch of things. So yeah.
So now the dude's filming himself buying towels and sheets. This is his content. He likes to be very transparent about what he does with his money. And he doesn't know what to make as far as content goes. So the only thing that he has is walking around and buying stuff and gambling. That's his content. and hanging out in the hotel room talking about the donations that he gets. And somehow, some way, the very next day, hundreds of more dollars end up in his accounts.
Yeah, I see myself probably spending like $150 maybe. I don't know what the size is. I'm thinking it's a full size bed. I'm gonna grab this. What it's $20 for the full / queen. I guess now I'm just spending money. I don't know what this. I don't even know if I need this, but I'm gonna grab this too.
I don't even know if I need this, but I'm gonna grab this too.
I really can't complain. I've had a lot of people support me.
He's homeless, you guys. You should feel sorry for him and send him your money.
You know, I just got to be appreciative, and I've really got to make better choices too, because, you know, reflecting on the situation.
I've come to find out that's one of his favorite things to say. I need to make better choices. I can't allow myself to make bad choices. You know, it's on me for making bad choices. I need to learn to make better choices. He'll usually say some form of that sentence in every single video.
Now, you know what I'm saying? Getting kicked out the hotel is just like, and you know what I mean? It's just, I allow myself to really get comfortable with that kind of content, or just, you know what I'm saying? Just,
bro, those are thumbs up. He has 13,000 views on this video. So that might not be a lot, but that's still an ad revenue, you know, at $5 per 1,000 views. $50, maybe $60 in ad revenue just for 13,000 views. Because this is a 10-minute long video, he can have multiple ad breaks in it. So these are thumbs up. His thumbs up are usually turned off because there's usually more thumbs down than thumbs up. So the fact that he left this one up is rare. And he also has Instagram and TikTok and shit, and he has a second channel. So he's getting multiple revenues and multiple donations from different places.
I can't even explain it because it's like there's so many negative things. To kind of there's, you know what I mean? It's just bad, bro. It's just bad. So I will learn from it, and not just on the fact that like I gotta be careful on what I post on the internet, but just making better choices in general. I do want to grab a bath mat because I didn't like the way how the tub looked.
All right, so there he's buying shit that he was talking about stealing. Let's see what he did 12 hours ago. I'll see. Here's another scam. He posts old videos from his old job and confuses people into thinking that he got hired in Las Vegas. So this is a place in like Rhode Island where he used to live. And he'll fucking post old videos and trick people into thinking this is a new video. I just watched Jumaine fold towels for 9 minutes. So this dude will upload a video where he's folding towels, right?
What's up, it's Jumani. This is like my 3rd day working at the Best Western. I work at the front desk. I got hired as a night auditor, but they got me doing laundry because we kind of multitask at this job. So just gonna record myself folding towels. I think I'm doing this right. It's my 2nd time doing it. So actually, I think this one goes like this. Yeah, it's like this.
Y'all, I thought that this was ridiculous until every time I see him uploading a video in that hotel, he's got hundreds of more dollars in donations. So he's got fresh clothes on, freshly showered, getting hundreds of dollars donated to him every day. And even though he'll go lose chunks of it at a time, hundreds of dollars at a time, sometimes all of his money, like he'll lose it in like one session at the casino. Very next day, he gets hooked up with more money. So as much as I want to say it's like a big scam and charade, it's like a partial scam. It's like he knows that he's scamming his audience, but at the same time, he's not stacking tons of money. It's like he actually is blowing it. And he actually is being ridiculous. But he knows he's going to get more money, so it doesn't really bother him. I don't know. I can't make heads or tails of whether he's a real dude or whether he's like a money laundering pig, money laundering guinea pig. But if he really was laundering money, right, then he should be losing thousands of dollars in the casino instead of hundreds. So there you go. There's a lolcow of the internet, Jumani. Shady says he wants an impression of Ozzy saying Sharon. Sharon! I can't figure out how to use the television remote.
Well, Ozzy, it's a smart TV. All you have to do is press this button here if you want to control the cable remote. You have to press the cable button if you want to. Ozzy! Ozzy!
Sharon!
Ozzy!
Artful Dodger says, if you see someone on YouTube and they say they are homeless, they are either lying or they really are and are scamming for money. Well, you see that like that dude will go blow his donations, and you would figure that people would be disgusted. Like, dude, I sent you $20 and you blew it in a matter of seconds at the roulette table. I'm never sending you money again. That should be what happens, right? People send him a little bit of money for his sob story. He proceeds to film himself losing it in seconds. That should be it. He should be cut off. Those people should be like, oh, well, I'm not sending you any more money. But guess what? The opposite happens. People send him even more money and they tell him to go to the casino. Dudes will be like, here's $200. Bet it on black. It's like they want to see him lose it and crash out. Who are these people who have disposable income to send to this man specifically for him to lose it in the casino for their enjoyment? Like, even if I was rich, I still would not send that man money for my own enjoyment to watch him lose it in the casino. So who is doing it? Well, hey, one for the money, two for the show, three to get ready. Now go Trump, go, and now I'm changing into Trump. And quite frankly, now I can talk like this, and now I'm not Elvis, and now I'm Trump, and now I'm gonna talk like this. I have made my metamorphosis. I used to be Elvis, now I'm Trump. Now I'm going to talk about Trumptricity in all of your lovely homes. I'm not going to do any gyrating of my hips. That is not something I do any longer. Some say that I used to be Elvis, but that is a crazy conspiracy theory. There is no truth to that whatsoever. Baby, I want to be next to you. Baby, hey, ho, hey, ho. Baby, let me be your loving teddy bear. All right. I'm really sad. I'm deeply depressed about the recent events that happened. It's got me about as sad as when P. Diddy baby oiled up his black penis and put it inside Justin Bieber's mouth. I'm almost as outraged at that time that P. Diddy violated Justin Bieber. It's got me really sad. I think I'm really mad. I'm going to make this video reacting. This is my reaction. I'm going to get 2 million views in the first 28 hours on this video. Kind of reminds me of when P. Diddy oiled up his big black penis and stuck it inside of Justin Bieber. Really made me sad. There you go. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you have the little bell notification turned on to all, because if you don't have the little bell notification turned on, they might just not notify you at all. And from what I hear, even if you have it turned on to all, you still might not get notified. So I guess it don't matter. All right, y'all. I am getting hungry, and I didn't want to go too late tonight, so we'll just wrap it up tonight, and I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, enjoy the rest of your weekend. So thank you guys for hanging out with me and having fun on a Saturday night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good luck on your fake, phony football bets that you might have placed for tomorrow's games. And I will see you guys in the next video or the next stream. Everybody have a great night. Take care. Peace out. Much love. Nighty night. Sleep tight.